Welcome back, viewers, to part 6 of the blind side of having a boyfriend or a girlfriend. In part 6, we're going to talk more about the losses and the gains, which is connecting to part 5, where we talked about that losses and gains of playing Russian roulette with your life in this dating game, this dangerous dating game of having cheap thrills and selling yourself short. So let's get back to that. Dating is what? It's a leasing game. Like you lease a car. It's not a buying to own game. It's not a paid in full up front to own type of game. It's a leasing game. And we need to think about it. Do we want to be leased as a car, or do we want to be bought and owned in full price up front? Now listen, when you lease a car, it's a low stakes. Think about it. You don't pay for the maintenance on a leased car out of your own pocket. I don't know if some of you all knew that already. The payments are actually even lower with a leased car than it is with a car that you have bought and you're paying a car note. Now, I'm definitely not telling you to be somebody who is a car note either. Okay, we're talking about being paid in full up front. All right, so we don't want to be leased. We don't want to have mileage ran up on us, and by the time you're done with the car within 3 years, you're like, oh, by the way, I don't like this car. Thanks for the usage, though. That's what dating is like. That's what having a boyfriend or girlfriend is like. And we don't always see that as being the case. We really have high hopes, a lot of us. Remember, this is the predator versus the prey. This is the user versus the vulnerable. And vulnerable people normally think that their chances are high of being bought and owned. They kind of maybe view themselves as a car note. Like I said, it's not that much better than a lease because it's still not paid in full up front. But the truth of the matter and the deception is that dating is a leasing game. In fact, so many people that lease don't even have the mindset or the mentality to ever buy or own their own car because they like having a brand new car every few years or every 2 years, maybe even once a year. Just that idea of a new car and maintenance being paid on it and a smaller amount to pay monthly. Friends, we're more than leasing material. We're more than car note material. We need to be bought in full price up front. And later on in the series, I'm going to talk to you about what that means. But friends, we're better than this. We're worth more than this. We need to stop selling ourselves short. This bargaining game, the predator wins in the short run. Now, we'll talk about consequences and side effects later to this dating game because the predator eventually does lose. But again, my goal here is to get the vulnerable not even in these positions in the first place, to even lose in giving up things to the predator to begin with. See you in part 7.